Oh, Sun 7 and yo, are we here? Are we here? Yo, everything's gonna be all right. Yeah, Monday, baby. Eagles lost, but I guess you got to roll with the punches. I knew they wasn't going to win anyway. It's one of them things, you know. When you feel it, and you know that it's real. Monday, power. I hope you understand. Carrie, right? What should I say? Come on, Carrie. What up? Is everybody okay? So today we hold on, yeah. Let me get some things adjusted over here. Make me an adjustment. Make me an So tonight we talking about 13 years clean. Not one drink could ever be seen. That would be me, but this is bigger than me, you know? So we got something we need to talk about tonight, and it's gonna go down. That like button, y'all. Stop being stingy. So, 13 years ago, I drank alcohol for the last time. Now, did I know it would be the last time at the time? No. But I'm glad it was, because some things just have to be exited out of your life, you know? And that was one of those things that had to leave. So, if I'm not mistaken, I normally do an anniversary show about this every year. And every year, I really don't want to do it. And I'll tell y'all why. We're going to get into a whole lot of things tonight, because I want to share with y'all a perspective of alcoholism and drug addiction that I'm not sure if you've ever heard before. I'm not sure if it's official, but it's my perspective, and it may make sense to you, and it may not make a whole lot of sense, but we gonna rock. All I need y'all to do is hit that like button. Y'all being stingy with the lies. But regardless, it's gonna be a hell of a night. I live for Mondays. I was born on a Monday. I'm lying. I was born on Wednesday, baby. But it's all good. It's all good. You know, if you wonder what day you were born, you can Google that shit. Just go to Google and put in your birth year, your date, and your month. And it'll tell you what day of the week you were born. And that can kind of have an impact on how you see things, how you do things, you know? Monday, power, power, Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily. It's the Daily Go-Getter-mism show. You think it ain't when it is. You think it won't when it is. We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking all fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talking about 13 years without a drink tonight. 13 years. It was December 8th, 2012. I was turning up in the crib, 40 ounces. I mean, I was drinking like a 40 ounce of Budweiser. That was like my last drink. Now I drunk some shit, you know, earlier in the day. But I topped it off with a 40 ounce of Budweiser and shit. And all of a sudden I had this crazy feeling that came across me. It was weird. Sort of like the way that a male cat must feel when you get him neutered. You know what I mean? When you get get him neutered, he like, yo, why the thing ain't working no more? Why I don't feel horny like, yo, what'd you do? What'd they do to me at that place? I don't know. It's a weird thing. I actually got sober while I was drinking. I stopped drinking while I was drunk. It's a weird story. It's an actual story. It happened the way it happened. And I'm going to relate that to y'all. Now, the only reason I'm even doing this shit, because every year I try to get out of doing it. And people tell me like, listen, man, you know, people out there are struggling with addiction. They're struggling with it, with whatever they're struggling with. And, you know, you can be an inspiration to people who might be trying to, you know, put the bottle down or stop smoking or drinking or popping pills or sniffing or whatever the drug of choice is, shooting heroin, whatever. So wait a minute. George Santana, you're not going to last very long here, and you'll see why. Crash, what's good? How you feeling? Jaden Smith, you said 13 years without a drink is crazy work. And you know what? You're right. When you are a drinker, especially if you're not a problem drinker, you can't see a reason to do that. I was a problem drinker. Wasn't really an alcoholic, but you know, we can talk about that. If somebody wanted to label me an alcoholic, at this point, I wouldn't really give a fuck, because what difference does it make now? Because I know I've I've left those things behind. Now, whether I was an alcoholic or not, I sure had alcoholic tendencies. I still had to do things that alcoholics had to do. Like I had to take those classes. I lost my license through DUI. I had to fight to get my life back on track. So we're going to get into all that. We're going to get into it. So 13 years without a drink. Like I said, man, 13 years ago, it was a Sunday night, December 8th. This year is on a Monday, but it was on a Sunday night. And listen, we're going to get into all of it. Let me move this hardware out of the way. We're going to do it like that. We're going to get the hardware out of the way, homie. You know what I'm saying? Get the hardware. Move shit to the side, you know what I mean? So we can talk. We can get, we have our talk. No, not a walkie-talkie, but we're going to get our talk. We're going to address some things that need to be addressed. Hold on. Let me get these allergy pills because I like to take them at night. They're 24-hour Zyrtec shits, so they carry me through the night. Cause you can't get to know better days unless you make it through the night, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Toss that up. Toss that up and be all right. We good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Okay. So all right, so 13 years ago, like I said, it was a Sunday night. I was tossing up, drinking 40 ounces. I finished off a case of beer that I used to get for the weekend. I used to get the case of beer on Friday and finish it up like for Sunday afternoon or whatever. Now, for serious beer drinkers, that ain't no big deal. You know what I mean? It's a case of beer. And that equals about a case of 24. That's like 8 beers a night, but I would easily drink 10. So 10 on Friday, 10 on Saturday. That only leaves me with 4 on Sunday, which means I gotta. Now to me, that's a problem because that's a lot of beer. And it puts weight on you and all of that, even though, weirdly, I was lighter weight-wise then than I am now. This is all pandemic weight that I haven't fully worked off. But I'm working on it, though. I have lost a few pounds. Been getting in some good cardio. Peace. What's that? Wait. Peace, Eric Fitchett said, just celebrated 13 years. Thank you, Spirit. What the fuck you talking about? So you celebrating 13 years, too? That's good for you. What a coinky dink. But yeah, man, we're going to get into this. We're going to get into this talk tonight about this 13 years without a drink shit because it's the best thing that I've ever done for myself. But at the same time, what a lot of people have to understand is that just because you stop drinking doesn't necessarily mean that you've cleaned up your life. It can be the first step. It might be something that you really need to do to get on track, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be out of the fire. So I feel like That's the step in the right direction. But to really get your life back on track, you have to shake off, walk off that spirit of drunkenness or addiction. Because just because you're not high right there in that moment or drunk right there in that moment doesn't mean that you don't have those kind of thoughts. It doesn't mean that you don't carry that type of thinking. You know what I mean? Like, when you are deep inside your addiction, the decisions that you make are geared towards getting you to your next hit, fix, drink, whatever. And that's how you get chained down so much. That's how you get so, deep into your addiction and separate yourself from other people. Because when you really think about it, drunkenness, alcoholism, addiction, they are rebellious actions. You are a counterculture when you get high, when you drink too much. You're not conforming to your regular, you're not even conforming to your regular natural thought process. You're not in your right mind when you drink a whole lot. Or for all my weed heads out there that are so proud because they think that they're smoking something that's natural from the earth, and it's not, and it's, since it don't kill you, you think that it's okay to be high all the time. The trade-off is that you are never in your right mind. You are never in your natural thought process, ever. And weed stay in your system so long that you could have been not smoking for a week or two, and that shit's still in there. So they've had to, because weed is becoming legal in so many states, they've had to relax the laws that will either get you arrested for DUI or DWI or getting tested at your job. They've had to relax a lot of the restrictions at people's jobs because, you know what I mean? Like, weed is not illegal in some states. And so for them to randomly test you and for it to be in your system doesn't mean that you are actively smoking. And even if you are, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. And it differs from state to state, but this is something that we have to deal with. This is something we gotta deal with, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. Someone and no one. I like that. I've quit drugs and drinking, but really feel like a drink at the moment. Talk me out of it. I can't talk you out of shit, but I'll tell you this. You said, I think seeing this live is a sign. A sign of what? A sign that you should drink or that you shouldn't drink? I'm going to tell you, I'm glad you said that. George Correa says, know their feel-good moments. Okay. Smoking weed every day like Biggie. Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes you words. That's what's up. I feel you with that. But yeah, I'm glad you said, like, you stop drinking and whatever, stop using drugs, but sometimes you feel like you could use a drink. You're not really free of alcohol or addiction until that no longer becomes an option. And I really want to talk about that tonight. When alcohol, when taking a drink or taking a puff or a sniff or something does not become an option again. You're not free until your only option is to do whatever is to use whatever you were born with. And that's your mind and your body. That's what you were born with. When you have to alter that state for any reason, you're still trapped. You're still trapped in that prison of addiction. And I'm not saying that you are an addict, but you still have that spirit in you. When you walk off, when you fully walk off, when you are totally free, happily free of your addiction, whether it's alcohol or whether it's another substance of your choice, then you're free. But just because you're free doesn't necessarily mean that everything is going to magically fall into place. For example, I don't know if you've ever known somebody who can't read, but you know how debilitating and how handicapped you are if you can't read. Because if you can't read, you can't pass a driver's test, not the written part. How you gonna do it? You're gonna wind up having to pay somebody to take the written exam for you for your driver's license. Or you're gonna have to drive without a license. And you can't even read the motherfucking street signs. So people who can't read have still led functional lives, just like people who get high, just like people who drink too much. They still led functional lives. So people who can't read, they think that if only they could learn to read, then everything in their lives will fall into place, because they think that learning to read is all they need in order to prosper. All they need to do is be able to read, and then they can stop hiding from people. They can stop being embarrassed, and they can stop feeling insecure. And now they can free themselves and get the things in life that they really want. That's the same way that people who are addicted to alcohol and drugs feel. They feel like, if I could only control this shit, if I could only get sober for real, if I could only reduce my intake and my use, or should I say my indulgence, if I could only reduce it to doing it socially, instead of getting high, I can just get nice. I can just get a little buzz. I can just get a little tipsy. They think if I could only kick this habit, if I could only get past this thing, then my life will automatically get better. Well, it'll get better, but it won't be automatic. You'll still have to deal with the other things that you've done in your life in order. I mean, you'll still have to deal with the other things that you've done in your life and have to get those houses in order. So I said, that's what we're going to touch on tonight. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. That's what we're going to get into. Are y'all ready? I hope you are. I hope y'all are. I know I am. So let's get into it and get involved. These puzzle pieces right now, we going to solve, y'all. All I need y'all to do is hit that like button. You know, we're going to have this conversation. It's going to be good. But I just need y'all to, do me that one little solid. Hitting the like button helps the channel. The channel needs help. So let's get into this thing right now, brothers. Right now, sisters. Let's get right. All right. The Astro 1747 said, bro, I live in Russia. I have PTSD and weed is my microdose medicine. No, I'm out from real life. Just help for my limbic system. Okay, so you use medicinal marijuana. I ain't mad at that. And they also say, before weed, I was a panic attack. I had panic attack. Okay. My heart was 180 beats per minute every day. Weed saved my life. Well, that's interesting. 180 beats per minute. Dude, it ain't that much anxiety on earth. 180 beats per minute? Okay. Let me look that up. Because that's fast as fuck. Let me see if you could exist with 180 beats per minute. 180 beats per minute heartbeat.
A heart rate of 180 beats per minute is very fast and can be normal during intense exercise. However, if it occurs at rest or with mild activity, it could indicate a problem, such as SVT, and requires medical attention, especially with symptoms. For medical advice or a diagnosis, consult a professional.
Okay. Well, you can live with that. But unless you're doing exercise, vigorous exercise, you definitely shouldn't have that many. That's a lot. That's fast. That's fast, my dude. Well, so you're saying that smoking weed helped to calm that down. All right. Well, if that works for you, or should I say, if that worked for you, then good. I'm glad that you found a treatment in marijuana that works for you. But medicinal marijuana is different from recreational marijuana, and people be smoking recreational marijuana trying to act like it's medicinal marijuana. Like, look, I'm helping myself. I'm curing myself of all ills. Like, ask your heart and your lungs what they think about it. I'm just saying, I know it ain't nicotine, but that don't mean that it's good for you. I haven't heard of any smoke being in any lungs of any kind that's actually good for the lungs. Just saying. It might not make your lungs black like nicotine does or cigarettes, but that doesn't mean that it's good for you. So in all things, we should practice moderation. Don't overindulge. Don't go too far. Is this an anti-drug stream? No. I'm celebrating or chronicling or I guess I don't really want to say celebrating, but I am commemorating. Okay. Commemorating 13 years that I stopped drinking. But I had to stop drinking because I was getting in trouble. I had 3 DUIs. I didn't stop drinking. When I lost my license, I didn't stop drinking. I got caught I got caught drinking and driving at least 2 times after that. That shit could have landed me in jail for a year or more. Do you queef? What is queef? Johnny Lay says, are you hating on people that smoke weed because you don't do it? I ain't hating on nobody. I'm just going to I'll tell you the risks of whatever you do. But you're a grown man or a woman. You do what the fuck you want to do. If me hating on what you do stops you from doing whatever you do, then you shouldn't be doing shit. Because one thing is for sure, if I know I'm doing the right things or at least doing what I want to do, nobody is going to tell me. I'm not going to give a shit if somebody, what somebody else thinks about it. But that's just me. At some point you have to be confident in whatever it is that you do. If you don't have confidence in what you do, then I don't know what your explanation for doing it could be. I'm just telling y'all about my story. And if you choose to listen to it, and if you choose not to, it's whatever. We ain't forcing nobody onto this platform. Nobody. You come as you are and come if you please. Cheryl Halsey, what's going on, my? Good to see me some you. And Terry Jokey says, good morning. Congratulations on 13 years. I appreciate you saying that. I really do. I appreciate that. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Wait, okay. My ex is a functional alcoholic and takes, what's that, snow? What is that? Regularly, too. It's bad. I hope you don't mean cocaine. Is that supposed to be what the snow is? and tried to help her, but it's hard to help someone that doesn't want help. Exactly. Exactly. Some people aren't ready to get clean. And when you're not ready to get clean, you can't get clean. Oh, I thought it was. See, they have y'all like if it just said Terry Joe, I would have known it was you. You know what I mean? But they don't. They got this shit. Why don't they change it back to the other way? So I can see y'all screen names. I don't know what this. No. Can we turn it back? Change it back. How come we can't take it? I don't know. I want it back the way it was. What's up, Monk? Good to see me some you. Good to see me some you. Oh, that's what this, it was coke. Okay, I got you. I got you. Damn, they telling you you can't write cocaine either? I swear, boy, this internet shit is bullshit. But yeah, and until you are ready to get clean, you may be trying to do it for somebody else, do it for your kids, do it for your spouse, do it for your mom, do it for your grandma, do it for your auntie, do it for this person, that person, even doing it for your job, just to keep your job. Until you are ready to be clean, you're going to keep backsliding. You're going to keep relapsing. You're going to keep going back. You're going to keep making excuses to get high or take a drink. You're going to keep trying to circumvent the system. And that's what I keep trying to tell people is that when you drink, no, not just when you drink to excess, when you get drunk, when you are an alcoholic, or when you use drugs or abuse drugs, you are counterculture. You're not doing what other people are doing. You're not practicing the responsible way of living that other people are. You are a rebel. And it can take years. It can take decades for some people to walk off that rebellious spirit, because that rebellious spirit, sometimes you feel like it defines you, like it makes you, it defines your character. It makes you who you are. And then your pride and your ego get involved, and that keeps you fucking yourself up, because all addiction and alcoholism alcohol is an addiction as well. But all that shit is doing is taking years off your life, and you're practicing dying. That's all it's doing. You are practicing getting them up out of here. You're dying at your own free will. So until you are really ready to get that shit out of your life, I don't even see no reason to talk about it. Now, I was able to stop all in one day. I didn't practice. I didn't wean myself off. I didn't get clean. I was drunk. I had this funny feeling. I stopped drinking. I never drank again. December 8th, 2012. I didn't know that that's how it was going to happen. I didn't even ask for that to happen. I just wanted to, drink like a regular person who got some sense. That's what I really wanted. But for me, it was all or nothing. So it was nothing. Herbie says, it depends if it's good stuff or not. Okay. Herbie says, I'm not a quitter. Okay. Terry Joe says, can you have a champagne toast at a wedding or drink with dinner, or will that be a trigger? No, I don't have no triggers. I'm just not drinking anymore under any circumstances. And I don't drink anymore because I don't have the desire to. Like, I've been to, events where they toasted. I just toasted something non-alcoholic, like soda, water or some shit like that. I mean, it's a toast. Who said that a toast had to involve alcohol? Really? Who said it? Like, does it have to involve alcohol? You know, I don't, you know, once I started seeing like, yeah, why does it have to be, why do we have to involve alcohol? Why? Why? Well, because everybody else can do it? Or everybody else wants to do it? You know what I mean? Like, I stopped eating pork in 1989. I never wanted pork again. I was done with it. Like, that's it. So it's not like just because you grilling some ribs, you got some ribs on the grill and they smelling all good, or you frying up some bacon or something like that. It doesn't make me want no, like, I don't eat that. I don't give a fuck how good it smells. I remember how good it used to taste too. I don't give a fuck about that. And for me, when I'm done with something, I'm done. I'm not still messing around, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I understand people who do. I do. But what I understand about them the most is that they're not ready. They're not ready. They're not really done. They might be done for the moment. They might be finished for the time being, but they're not really done. Because when you're really done, nothing else is a challenge. So when you ask me, would it be a trigger? No, there are no triggers. I'm around people who drink, smoke, get high. I don't give a fuck. That's what y'all do. Don't blow it in my face, because I never liked that even when I used to smoke. But I'm like, you know what I mean? Listen, everybody who drinks doesn't have a drinking problem. I did. Everybody who smokes weed is not a weed head. I wasn't either. You know what I mean? And I stopped smoking weed back in 1994. I only smoked it for 2 years. I smoked in 1993. I smoked weed for the first time, I think it was 1992. So from 92, I wasn't smoking on a regular basis, but I'd say from 92 to 94, that was my weed run. I smoked it a couple of times after that, but not for real, for real. It wasn't even my substance of choice. H. Raz says, people become dependent too. My ex has borderline personality disorder and struggles with depression, anxiety, etc. So she self-medicates. It's sad. Dealing with somebody who has borderline personality disorder that's some hard ass shit to do. God bless you, sir. God bless you, because you know they act crazy as fuck. Always ringing the alarm, you know what I mean? You know, super sensitive, taking everything personal. Yeah, God bless you. Because I've dealt with at least 2 people who have borderline personality disorder. I'm good. That shit is a different level of crazy. I'm sorry. And no, I'm not saying a different level of anything else except crazy, because that shit the shit that they do, the way that they act is crazy. They have you scared about shit all the time. Making up stories and shit. You know what I mean? Extreme. Everything is always super extreme with that. Yeah, God bless you, dog. Yeah. You said you dealt with it before. It's such a yes, I fully understand. They are scary. They are scary. I ain't gonna lie. I'd rather deal with a drug addict than that. Real shit. Real shit. That, woo. Lordy. You sober, why? Samir Gaming. I get nicotine overdose. Damn. I love cocaine. Okay. You know, cocaine is spelled with an E at the end. But fuck it. I guess you spell cocaine. Cocaine. Please hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Getterism Show. I'm your host, Son752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. We're talking about 13 years without a drink. 13 years without a drink. Every year, let me tell y'all this. Every year, I say that I'm going to stop announcing this. Because I'm not going to lie, I really don't feel like talking about this shit and reliving it every year. And I'm going to tell y'all why in just a second. But every year that I say that I'm not going to, I'm talk about it again or rehash it or announce it or whatever. It's because first of all, people be coming through like, oh, congratulations on your sobriety. And I'm like, but it was I beat that. It's not, listen, I didn't have to go to like Alcoholics Anonymous or no shit like that. And that doesn't make me better than anybody else who used to drink. But I didn't have those kind of problems. I didn't have a situation where I couldn't stop or where I couldn't do better or where it was fucking up my relationships. It got me in trouble because I had 3 DUI arrests. 3 DUI. I got lucky, and 2 of the DUIs in Pennsylvania were treated like a first offense. They were treated like one DUI, and it was treated like a first offense. I had another DUI. The first DUI I got was out in Delaware. And if there is ever a place that's a good place to have DUIs, it would be Delaware. You can rack up DUIs in Delaware and you be all right. They don't treat DUI like other states do. Very lenient. At least their laws were very lenient on DUI back in 2005, 2006. So, but yeah, every year I always ask, like, why do I have to announce this shit? People coming through and they congratulate me and shit like that. I'm like, it's not my birthday. You know what I mean? And I don't want to seem like I'm ungrateful or whatever, but I feel like I've left that part of my life behind. So why can't we concentrate and congratulate on things that we're really doing? You know what I mean? This 13 years ago. We in the 2020s, and we getting to the point where we on the other half of it. We on the late side of it, starting 2026. So, but then I thought about it. Well, no, it's been told to me. Other people out here, they're struggling with addiction, they struggling to get clean or whatever, and you telling your story with transparency and being forthcoming can help other people who you may not even know and who may be ashamed of themselves. It may help them or inspire them to, take a similar path. It might help them to get right. So I get that part. And I ain't mad at that at all. You know what I mean? I get it. I get it. The other thing about it is, like, how many of y'all have lost somebody in your family? That's most of us, right? Most of us have lost a loved one. Some of y'all have lost a parent or two. Some of y'all tragically have lost children. They preceded you in death. Plenty of us have lost friends and family members and, people that we cared about. Well, a lot of people keep the day that somebody died in their memory. And so every year they kind of relive that experience of when they lost their loved one, when they lost that person that they cared about, when they lost their spouse, when they lost their love, when they lost their kids, when they lost their parents, when they lost their friends. They remember that shit, and they, some people get real anxious over when that time is coming. So to me, that's like dying every year. So every year, instead of remembering their birthday and celebrating that, instead of remembering something that they accomplished, like a graduation or or an award ceremony that they may have participated in or won. Instead of remembering that every year, we go to the sad part. We go to the part. We go to the day that they died, and in that way, to me, you die again year after year, year after year. You relive that. You know the anxiety that you felt when you knew that somebody was dying and then they finally pass away, or when you got news of that sudden death or whatever. Why would you want to live that every year? Well, that's why I don't be feeling like announcing this shit every year. Because for what? You know what I mean? Like, yo, after the first year, 2 years, maybe up to 5 years, like, okay. Like now I know that I'm good. I know that I'm cool. I know that I'm walking without it. And I've never had the urge to drink again. Ever. From day one, from December 9th, 2012, I've never wanted another drink. I've never wanted to, like Terry Joe was saying, like have a little toast, toast to the newly married couple or whatever. No, I've never wanted alcohol again, and that's why I've never done it. I've never had the urge. I've never, now I see people partying, getting drunk and all of that kind of shit. I'm like, yo, I see y'all turning up, y'all doing y'all thing. But that's not for me anymore. It's like riding a big wheel. I drive cars now. I can ride motorcycles, horses and shit. Little kids ride a big wheel. So if I see a little kid on a big wheel, riding, speeding down the sidewalk down the street, and he might spin out. I'm like, yo, little man doing his thing. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to be on a fucking big wheel. I don't even want to be on a Schwinn. You understand what I'm saying? So to me, it's back in the day. It's past tense. It's in my past. What up, Time? My people's Time is in the house. What's good? What's good, my dude? So, like every year, I'm like, damn, I gotta announce this shit again and be acting like, oh, and I don't want to seem ungrateful. I don't. I just feel like I'm past all that. I really am. And I'm just being honest with y'all. And see, when you get free of addiction, when you get free of alcoholism, these might be the way that you feel like, man, fuck all that congratulations shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm proud of myself, but I had other work I had to do after I got clean, after I wasn't drinking no more. The real work starts when you have to learn how to not bury your responsibilities or hide your responsibilities with alcohol, with drugs. The real work is learning how to cope with your shit and everybody else's shit without the alcohol, without the drugs, without the substances. That's the real work. And I don't know if I got enough time tonight. I really want to talk about getting your life together and what that really means, how that should really look to people. Because it's not a small thing. When you talk about getting your life back together, that shit ain't going to happen just because you stop getting high, just because you stop drinking alcohol. You know how much shit that you fuck up during your addiction? You know how many relationships that you have damaged during your addiction? You don't be thinking about that because you too busy drinking and getting high. And you thinking that, well, I ain't never hurt nobody. It wasn't like I was smacking people up like Ike Turner or some shit like that. You know what I mean? I didn't do nobody dirty when I was drinking or when I was drugging and all that kind of shit. But you don't understand the anxiety that you may have put in people who love you. You don't understand that because you are alcoholic or because you are drunk, or because you are a drug addict, you don't understand how people who care about you, people who really love you, how scared they are when they don't have eyes on you. Because when they did have eyes on you, they saw how reckless you were, how irresponsible you were, how much you put yourself in danger and sometimes other people. So when they can't have their eyes on you and they know that you out there in the world and they and you know, they worry about you. People who love you worry about you. So they don't know if they're gonna get the call that you died in, you know, you crashed up your car and got hurt or killed in an accident, or somebody, or you got into an altercation with somebody out there, because that's what can happen when you drink or use drugs and all that kind of shit. Somebody fuck around and hurt you or lay your ass down. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot to this. There's a lot to it. So you start getting your life together once the anxiety of your loved ones who are not doing the things that you do don't have to worry about you anymore. That's when you start getting your life together for real, for real. Cheryl Halsey, what's good? She says, I only drink to socialize. And like I said, and I feel the need to say it again. I'm not telling anybody that they shouldn't drink or that they shouldn't use alcohol. I mean, you know, they shouldn't do whatever it is that they do, but all things in moderation. And one thing that people who are in their addiction do not know shit about is moderation. They don't know nothing about that shit. They say it because it sounds good. It ain't like they stupid or uneducated or even irrational. But they're not making real decisions because they're not in their right mind. And they can't be expected to be in their right mind. Addiction means you're not in your right mind. You're not in control. You can't even control how much you drink or how much you use, how much you consume. You don't have how are you gonna say that you have control over anything else and you can't control that? Come on, man. It starts within yourself. You know within yourself when you're doing the right thing and when you're not. And I know I'm sounding a little preachy up here. But listen, I'm just telling y'all how I feel. That's all I'm doing. I hope I'm not offending anybody out here. You know what I mean? I'm just letting you know what I went through. Since I got to announce this shit every year and get congratulated, and thanks for all y'all, you know, y'all well wishes and y'all love. You know what I mean? I really appreciate that shit. But since I got to go through this shit, I might as well keep it a buck with y'all. You can't be all on your high horse and shit just because you stop drinking or you stop using drugs. That don't make you the shit automatically. You still got bills to pay. You still got people to love. You may still have kids that you neglected or irresponsibly raised and shit like that. You wasn't thinking about none of that shit when you was drinking and drugging and all that kind of shit. Now that you sober, you got to deal with that shit. And you know what else you got to deal with? You got to deal with people reminding you of the shit that you did and the things that you said when you was under the influence. You got to deal with that. And if you ain't ready to deal with that, then you ain't ready to be alcohol free. You ain't ready to be drug free. Because when you're really ready to be alcohol free and drug free, then you're ready to face up to the things that you said and the things that you did. Because people are going to remind you. And you know what else? You know what else? To some of those people, you still ain't never gonna be shit but a drunk or a fucking crackhead or a weed head or whatever. To some people, no matter what you do, they're always gonna remember the negative things that you did and who you quote unquote really are. That's not who you quote unquote really are, but to them, that's who you really are. Because they don't really care that you're doing well now. They saw you when you wasn't doing well and when you wasn't trying to. And they will allow you, some people just love to tear down people regardless of what they might be trying to do on the positive side. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Let's say a woman used to be promiscuous for whatever reason. But now, maybe she found somebody that she really loves, somebody that really loves her. And, she got with that man and she's starting a family. She's doing well. And, she left that. She's not out there fucking everybody anymore. But what are people who knew her before, what are they going to say? I mean, she ain't nothing but a hoe. You married her? Oh my God. Shit, we all been with her. The whole football team, the whole 53-man roster. She was our winner, whether we won that night or lost. She made us all feel like winners. No respect. Some people only want to remember people when they weren't doing well. And when you stop drinking or stop drugging, you got to deal with people who feel that way. You can't just decide to beat everybody up who didn't agree with your lifestyle or your life choices or your life changes. You have to be comfortable in your own skin. The same way that you didn't give a fuck about what nobody said or thought while you was drinking and drugging, you can't give a fuck about how they feel about you while you're sober. Because what you did is what you did. What you said was what you said. And all that history is recorded in somebody's mind. You got to pick yourself up and move on. Fuck all that shit. Fuck all them niggas. Fuck all of them. If you know that you are getting yourself together, you on the right track, you got to, listen, haters gonna hate. Let them hate. Because nine times out of 10, they're gonna say that shit over there. They're not gonna say that shit face to face with you. They know what's up. And some people are gonna act like they don't believe that you are clean. That motherfucker, he or she probably still get high. He probably still take a drink every now and then. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to believe that you could actually turn your life around or that you could really get your shit together or that you could really improve yourself. And why? Because they're not doing it. They're not ready for all of that. What up, my people? Jeff Sprayberry and Marie. What's good? Sean said I'm a hater. Says, son, you're a hater. Go smoke some weed. Man, you are gay. Go suck some dick. All right, Cowboy Baby Yoda says, yeah, that's true, son. Thanks for coming through, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Ned, what up? He says, shave that shit, Unc. Shave what? The fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. John Jones. What up, John Jones? I ain't gonna read everybody's comments, man, because y'all been commenting a lot. I'm gonna read some of y'all. Joshua Redford. Wait, no, that's Joshua Ledford. Or it's Joshua L. Edford. I'm sorry, man. You know what I mean? Shit, I ain't reading these comments. I don't know if y'all rocking with me or against me. Roz Brooke says, I'm 56 and you are the only person I have ever heard voice my options. Okay. Roz Brooke says, I love that you think like that. I've never met anyone who thinks like me. That's what's up, man. So you are always recovering. I have a friend who was clean from everything, including heroin, but he returned after 15 years. Never say never. Well, you can say never for real, if you mean it. But when will you know and be totally 100% sure that you mean it? Can y'all please hit the like button, though? Like, why we only got 16 likes? I mean, I know it's not like 100 people in the chat, but come on now. Come on now. Y'all coming through, popping in and out and all that kind of shit. I know that this conversation is worth more likes than that. You know, sometimes you come into the room, you just start seeing if things are, if it's worthy of your time and your effort. And I get all of that. But all I ask is that you please hit the like button. just give me a like. You know what I mean? It helps the channel. The channel needs help. I'm asking for your help. I'm not selling you nothing. I ain't trying to, ask you for no money. My man Time was good. All right. My man Times, let me read some of his comments because he always talking that good shit. Says, son, don't forget those go-karts wasn't nothing like those. It wasn't nothing like those go-karts in the hood. Big wheels are great, but you right, man. Those go-karts was the truth. You always take it back. That's what's up. Joshua says, how come blacks blame everybody for their own failures? Let me not read the rest of that shit. You're a dick. You are a dick. Hold on. Let me get a drum or something a little bit. Oh. I said you are a dick. What's your name? You are a dick. What's your name? You are a dick. What's your name? The role of a troll is what you claim. You are a dick. Yo, you are a dick. Motherfuckers like me, you make me sick. Yo, I can't take it no more, but you remind me of a no good whore. Still out there acting fool. Yeah, you a rebel, don't follow no rules. And you're not cool, so nobody likes you. You be coming around this shit like rights you have over this dominion. Yo, you ain't got nothing. Nobody wants to hear your opinion. Yo, bitch ass nigga, yo, running around here acting like you saying shit somebody wanna hear. I tear you down, use a clown, yeah, floppy shoes and a big nose, you hoe. Yo, so yeah, here's how it go. You have come on to the DG show, that's Daily Go Get It. We do it every night. My name is Sun752 and we make it right. Yo, who wanna be down? Who wanna go down this motherfucking this clown? And no pause to that. I say your balls and rat. Yo, niggas like you. Yo, you get the cat. Oh, pussy ass, bitch ass nigga. I ain't trying to be out here, yo, counting figures. Yo, stack from the ceiling to the floor. I say the ceiling to the floor. Yo, that's wrong more. So I turn it around. I meant the floor to the ceiling. Yo, what's up with y'all? Tell me how you feeling. Is it appealing to you? I said, how does it feel? Yo, I'm doing this shit and I'm talking the real. So every night at 2 a.m. Eastern time, I'ma make sure I ball with my friends. And that means you, and that means y'all. All right. See, we gotta ward off the evil spirits of these bitch ass niggas that be trolling in the chat. They wanna be seen. They never had parents who loved them. They don't get no pussy. They harboring feelings of homosexuality. That's how I feel about y'all troll ass motherfuckers. Yo, Malu. Said Terry just double tap the screen or press the 3 dots in the corner of the screen. What's up? What's up, Malu? Thanks for coming through, mommy. Says, are you a Taurus? Hell no. No disrespect to Taurus, but fuck no. Leo, baby. This Leo energy right here. You know what I mean? Fire sign. August Leo. Richard Gunn says, he gonna slide on you. Fuck them motherfuckers. They ain't gonna do shit. Tom says, when Sun pulls out the drums, it's on and popping. But if it went in the streets of Philadelphia, them drums would have been over your head. Real talk. And that's true. But see, we older now. You know what I'm saying? They just trolling in the chat. Like I'm telling you, these motherfuckers they ain't got nobody to hug them. They ain't got nobody to say, yo, baby, you know, you so thorough. You so, oh my gosh. Oh. You know when a man feels like a real man? When his woman is fascinated by him. See, they never had a woman look at them like hanging on your every word. fascinated by you. Like, yo, I never thought of it like that. Where'd you learn to do that? Wow. And they serious about that. They ain't never had no shit like that. You know what I mean? They get teased and heckled and hazed when they come in the crib. You know what I mean? The chick act like she don't want them there. I understand. I don't understand, intimately, but I get it. I get it. But that's a cross you have to bear. Maybe you should stop drinking and smoking so much. You know what I'm saying? All things in moderation. Practice moderation. You're going overboard. Can't even control your trolling. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Mommy says, I play the drums too. That shit hurts. Yeah, it do fuck up. Yeah, it takes a while. To build your hands up to the point where they don't hurt like that no more. Mommy says, I'm a Taurus. Oh, okay. Do your thing, mommy. Malu says, absolutely 100% Leo. 100 Leo. You a Leo too? That would make a lot of sense. It would. If you are, that makes mad sense to me. And mommy is smart. She says trolls are good for the algorithm. You ain't never done lied. But they can be bad for the flow of conversation in the chat. Because some people troll and they want to spam and they want to, they're contrarians. So they come in here just to fuck up everything. So people who really come in the chat to learn something or teach something or experience something, a lot of times they're turned off by the trolls because they're getting in the way. They're breaking the flow of concentration or flow of conversation. And I understand. Bryce, my people's Bryce, what's good, my dude? Mommy says the tips of my fingers have split open before from playing all night. Fucking hurt. Damn. Maybe you should use gloves, but it wouldn't make the same sound, would it? Tom says the truth hurts so bad that you have to grow from it. And the people that can't grow from it troll and hate. Man, you ain't never done lied. Oh, Malu, you a Sag. You still got that fire. So either your birthday just passed or it's coming up within the next, 14 days. 14 to 15. All right, it's the 8th. You ain't got a lot of time left. So 13 to 14 days because y'all end on the 21st. Lucky Nate. Who has established all of the events of the earth? Nah, we not going on. All right, Random Goon says, son, what's good, man? Just dropping in to say hi. Congrats. Make sure you're having some fun. Yo, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you mucho. Like this much. Yeah, Sagittarius is definitely a fire sign too. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, baby. Oh, your birthday just passed on the 25th. Happy belated. You know what I mean? The Centaur. You know what I'm saying? Half man, half horse. Sagittarius is crazy as shit. I love them though. But they crazy in the move. Crazy in the move. Okay. Some idiot says, Libra. All right, that's what's up. Libra's in the house. That's what's up. All right. So getting back to what we were saying. Like I said, man, every year I celebrate or commemorate. I like the word commemorate more than celebrate because I don't feel like sobriety should be celebrated. I understand what people mean by it, but think about it. Should you be celebrated for being a normal person? You came into this world sober, and you were sober up until whatever you started drinking or drugging or whatever, whenever you started using, right? That ain't nothing to celebrate. It's fucked up that that's not normalized. Think about it. How is it not a normal thing, a regular thing, a preconceived notion that you are sober? Being in your right mind is not common enough. Man, the only thing I have against legalizing weed is that it gave too many people the green light to never be fucking sober again. That shit crazy. You don't never want to make sound decisions or see what it's like not to make a decision or a choice under the influence. Because one thing I know about smoking weed is that after a while, you don't even be getting high like that no more. That's why motherfuckers be looking for different strains of weed and shit so they can finally get back that good high feeling. Because after a while, that shit just be having you regular. That's why it's good to smoke the Reggie weed first and then elevate to the hydro, the chronic, the kush. It's hard as shit to get kush from what I understand. I know drug dealers. I do. I know drug dealers. They know me. First name basis. Grew up with a lot of people who were addicted to drugs, alcoholics and shit like that. I've been around that kind of shit all my whole life. That's why my perspective on people who indulge is different. I don't see people as crackheads or drunks or whatever. I look at them as people who are struggling with addiction, because most of them are functional. And you're functional until you're not. You're functional until you start losing jobs, severing relationships, isolating yourself, alienating yourself. And all of that substance abuse, it leads to mad depression. That's why motherfuckers be offing themselves and shit. That ain't cool. How can you be cool and suicidal at the same time? I don't know about y'all, but I don't think that being suicidal is cool. Think about the people that you know who have committed suicide. I'm not even kidding about this shit. Were they really cool? They may have been a cool person, but were they really cool? Like, you might have liked them, you might have loved them and all of that kind of shit, but you know that if they were suicidal and you knew that they were scaring the shit out of you all the time because you didn't know when they were actually going to do it or if they were going to do it. So they had you worried like a motherfucker about them. Crazy mood swings and shit like that, maybe bipolar. That ain't cool. You can't be suicidal and be cool at the same time. Just my opinion. I understand if people don't agree with me. I ain't even looking for agreement. I was the one that used to drink too much, not you. Oh, let me get this bitch ass nigga out of here. See, these are kind of trolls that I be having. Like, yo, dude, I ain't like. These are the ones I be having to get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Damn, Alou says they should definitely make alcohol illegal. Good luck with that. They ain't never gonna do that shit. Random Goon says inebriation is a back human desire, but pumping the brake is crucial. Oh, basic as a basic human desire. Well, Venalular touch? Venular touch? I don't mean to hack your name. I'm sorry. Jason Young. He's up with some Shaba. Oh my God, what the fuck? Y'all just say any fucking thing. What up, Jay from the Bay? What's good? Oh my gosh. Wow, damn, Malu says my mom drank a bottle of vodka just to be normal. God damn. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Pretty God Plant says eating baked beans with your hands is a basic human desire. So eating from shit. Terry Joe says, I was in Jamaica last week. My water bottle stayed filled with rum and soda. I never got drunk. I'm done. Not fun. Don't want liver damage. I hear that. How much is considered abusing alcohol? Well, a lot of it depends on your threshold, or should I say your what's the word? Well, definitely your body weight, height, shit like that. And I'm talking about your damn, what's that word that not tolerance? Thank you. Thank you, Queen Monica. I appreciate you. You said they did a super chat. That's what's up. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate you. Haven't gotten a super chat in a long time around here. Thank you, Queen Monica. Tolerance. That word was not coming to me. It was done. It was done. It was like, nope, not going to hear it. He said they did outlaw alcohol. It was called prohibition. That's true. It was outlawed, but that just drove up the price of it and had the black market fueling, and that's how a bunch of Italians and Irish people made a bunch of money. Bootlegging whiskey. J.W. Tolbert was good. Yeah. But yeah, man. I don't miss drinking at all. I don't miss that shit. Yep, Jeff, making Al Capone and them rich. The Kennedys, rich. Shit. The prohibition made a lot of people a lot of money. It actually caused some generational wealth for some people. Real shit. Generational wealth. How can you miss what you don't give up? Were you serious? Oh, somebody wanted to see if the number works. Like, oh shit. Like, oh. Damn, the number is up there for a reason. They just want to troll. I can bet you that this is a troll. But fuck it.
You have a call from
Howdy.
Hey, how's it going?
That's going great. How are you tonight?
Doing good, doing good. Just got a quick question about drinking.
Okay.
Does it clap? Are you gonna answer? Or... Well, is there drinking here? Drink?
What'd you say?
I said, does it clap?
Does what clap?
It.
What is it?
Ah.
I told you it was a troll. Like, I know. I swear, when it's unfamiliar numbers around here, you know they don't want to talk about shit. They don't want to talk about shit. They want 15 minutes of fame. He didn't even get 5. Pretty God Plan says, just so you know, that wasn't me. No? Funny, you felt the need to announce that. Oh, man. Music makes me cray. That's what's up. Listen, man, people just want to be heard, man. Crispy B said it was me. I don't believe none of that shit. If it was you, put the number that you called from in the chat. Matter of fact, that's what I should do. Huh? Y'all think I should do that? Seems kind of petty. Put their number right in the chat like, fuck it, here. And I mean, bust that. Oh, now we got another troll. They've discovered the phone, y'all. Oh, shit. The kids have learned their phone number.
You have a call from.
Welcome to the Daily Go-Getimism Show. What's on your mind tonight? What's good?
Oh, hey, man. I was in your chat. I just donated.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm not a troll. I was just calling to say, like, I grew up with, like, the alcohol and stuff, and, you know, I've seen it, how it affects people, and, you know, having to pick people up off the floor because they're super fucking wasted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not something kids should see.
So were your the people in your family, were they alcoholics, or were you just close to somebody else?
No, my dad is an alcoholic.
Is or was?
I don't think he drinks as much now, but he definitely was a hardcore alcoholic when I was growing up.
Oh, okay. How did that affect how you and do you have siblings?
Yes.
How did are you the oldest, youngest, or in the middle?
I'm the oldest.
Okay. How did that affect how you and your siblings grew up?
Well, there's always a lot of tension in the house, and you have him coming back at late hours of the night. It was always really difficult to deal with that.
Yeah. Was he a belligerent drinker? Was he abusive?
Yeah, he was abusive.
Oh man. Physically abusive or emotionally?
Both.
Were your dad and your mom together?
No, they've been divorced for I think 10, 12 years now.
Okay. But were you raised by your dad?
I was raised by both of them, but
Okay. So at the time you were growing up, they were together.
yes,
Did your mom drink or no?
no.
That makes it really hard, right?
Oh God, it was. But she was worse. She was bad too because she instigate fights with them because of it.
Yeah. And it's funny that you said that she instigated fights with him because it's hard not to look at the woman who doesn't drink as as you try to look at the situation objectively. And we can say that she instigated the fight, but the thing is, you get tired of dealing with somebody who's drinking all the time, and you know what I mean, and
Oh, yeah.
it's tough, right?
Oh, it's awful. I mean,
Yeah,
it definitely affects the way you grow up.
yeah, it does, and it makes it tough for the whole family because the things that you witness a person who drinks too much do, like even if they are a semi-responsible parent when they're not drinking, seeing that level of irresponsibility and lack of self-control on a regular basis can kind of shade your worldview of what being an adult is. You know what I mean? Or what it should
Oh
be.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's not. I don't know if it's like a subconscious thing, but I hate the taste of alcohol. I think it's disgusting.
Oh, so you don't drink or didn't drink?
No, I don't. I don't drink.
Well, that's good. Do you think that maybe you would have made the choice to drink maybe socially if your dad hadn't been an alcoholic?
Yes, definitely.
Do you think that it's miraculous that you chose not to drink? Because alcoholism often spawns more alcoholics. You know what I mean? They say alcoholism runs in the blood of families and stuff like that. I believe it to a certain degree, but then again, I believe that a person makes their own choices. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I like the effect of it. Like, I love it, but I hate the taste of it. So my body, I think, is subconsciously doing it on purpose so I don't end up like that.
Okay. So you do drink a little bit.
I mean, I have, but it's been a long time.
Okay, but you don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good. What about any of your siblings? Did they make the choice to drink?
I don't think my sister drinks. And I think it's for the same reason.
Okay. That's actually, I'm actually inspired by that. That's good. Because most people that I know who grew up with parents that were alcoholics, they may start to do the same things, even though, they may have seen the toxicity and the energy that surrounded around it, but for some reason, it's just like people who grow up with parents who smoke. So even if the parent dies of heart disease or lung cancer or something like that, the kids might still smoke. They think that it's not going to happen to them.
That. Funny you should mention that because he's been smoking since he was 13 and he's 64 now.
Okay. But he doesn't have any health problems related to that, does he?
Luckily, we have really good genetics, so no.
That is luck. Because seeing somebody else suffer from lung cancer or any of those pulmonary diseases is not an easy thing to witness.
Oh yeah, I've seen people die from COPD.
Mm-hmm. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
36.
Okay. So you're still a young man.
Yeah.
Yeah. compared to me, I'm 55, so you're definitely a young man to me. So what were you born in 80, 89?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my niece was born in 89. That's why, I could kind of recall that. But
I was like, damn, you can do math fast.
yeah, well, I can, as long as it's basic math. I can't do like once you start adding on, once we get up into the algebraic type of equations, it slows down significantly. But
Oh god.
yeah. So, do you consider yourself to have gotten pretty much control of? Do you consider yourself to be able to maintain self-control in your life as far as alcohol and other substances are concerned?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about your sobriety? Do you feel like you have control over other aspects of your life, that don't involve alcohol or substance abuse in any way?
It took a while, but yes.
Okay. That's cool. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Happily married.
Yes.
I mean, that's great. You know what I mean? And the reason that I'm asking you these questions is because, these things can be affected by, having a familial history of abuse of any kind. You know what I mean? Like it can have it can really have an effect on your worldview, and it can affect the decisions that you may make and the ability that you may have to bond with certain people, whether it be friends or lovers. So.
Yeah, I mean, it can alter your perception of people too.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what would you say that the purpose of you calling into the show tonight would be?
I mean, it's just nice to talk to someone who gives a damn.
I hear that, man. Well, I'm glad that you came by the channel. Have you ever been by here before?
No.
Cool. Well, we're here every night, 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What state do you live in?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Yeah. So well, you'll be on the East Coast too. To me, yeah. New Hampshire is like the because I'm from Philly, so New Hampshire is like it's like the New England of Delaware to us. A no tax state. You know what I'm saying? It's like really small.
Everyone moved here.
Yeah. It's the same thing in Delaware. Delaware, no taxes, a very small state. You know what I mean? Sitting between two bigger states.
I just bought a car yesterday, and I was looking at the price listing. And I was like, God damn, because I saw the taxes that were on it.
Yeah. If I lived in New Hampshire or Delaware, I would never consider buying a car out of state or anything else. Like, what are these taxes? I'm not buying that shit.
Yeah.
Adding on hundreds of thousands of dollars. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$600-700 extra dollars just because, like, well,
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Well, listen, man, thanks for calling in. I appreciate you. And like I said, we're here every night, 2 a.m. On weekdays, we're here at 2 a.m. On the weekends, we're here at 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon. So that's how that goes.
I just want to say something before we hang up.
Okay.
To any of the fucking trolls that are in the chat, why don't you get a fucking life?
Yeah. Thank you for that. They definitely need a scolding. I mean, look, there's a consistency about people who troll. I mean, they really just want attention, and they don't mind if it's negative attention. But they help the algorithm. That they serve that purpose. They piss off everybody else, but they help you. They help your channel a little bit.
Yeah, well, they're also the same people that talk shit on here.
Yeah.
Say to your face.
Yeah, they definitely wouldn't do that. They don't normally have profile pictures or anything like that either.
All right, man. Well, I'll talk to you at some point again.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling in, man. And have a good night. Be
Yep.
safe.
You too. Bye.
All right. Hold on. Oh shit. Fuck. Okay. My microphone went out for a second. I don't know how less you can hear me. The hell? Oh shit. No. All right. We're about to get on up out of here, my peoples. We're about to get on up out of here. We're good. We're good. We're good. Listen, I want to thank y'all for coming through. I do. What we're gonna do? Hold on. Let's go to this. Let's go to the chat. I'm sorry, not the chat. The poll question. We got 74 votes. Let's see what we're thinking tonight. Is you on drugs? Is you an alcoholic? No, really. Do you have a history of alcoholism in your family? And 39% said yes. 39% of the people who answered the poll question said yes. Alcohol, it runs in my family strong. And 18% says yes, but it skipped me. I don't drink. 14% says my family don't drink, but I do. And 30% says they drink, but they're not drunks. Fair enough. What's up, my girl, Nicole Ellis? What's up, ma? How you feeling? How you feeling? Man, I appreciate y'all coming through. I do. We're going to do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious December 8th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. My people's Leonard Chester. Happy birthday to you. And also Darlene Marcel Spate, Nell Carter, Jackie McClary, Sean Milt, Yuri Sanchez, Medina Lewis, my uncle Roland Lamont, Rashida Hainsworth, Angela D. Pickering, Tony D. Lee, and last but not least, Erica Bolware. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious December 8th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, 13 years clean off of alcohol for me. If I don't impress upon you anything else from this show that I did tonight, what I would like to impress upon you is this: never be ashamed to improve yourself. One thing that my late great daddy gave to me was he said, never apologize for perfection, Omar. Never apologize for perfection. Never be ashamed to get it right. Never be ashamed to improve yourself. Never be ashamed to act like to admit that you don't know something and that you're trying to figure it out, or that you are here and you're trying to get here. There's nothing to be ashamed of. There are a lot of people who stay in their addiction, stay in their alcoholism, which is the same thing as an addiction. They stay there because they don't know how to not run with the crowd, or to stop, or to pivot and humble themselves enough to go to rehab or Alcoholics Anonymous or something like that, NA, AA, whatever. But that's nothing to be ashamed of. And it amazes me that you're not ashamed for people to look at you as a drunk or a drug addict, but you're ashamed to be going to Alcoholics Anonymous classes or going to rehab, trying to get sober, trying to get yourself together, trying to clean up your life, trying to improve yourself. Think about that for a minute. Your ass ain't ashamed to be drinking all heavy, fucking up shit, wasting all your money, ruining relationships, blacking out, not remembering things that you said and promised to people and shit like that. You're not ashamed of that. But you would be ashamed to say, you know what? My life is out of control. I need to get my shit together. I'm going to go get some help. I'm going to go get some counseling. I'm going to go, try to get clean, try to get sober. You know how much money you save when you stop drinking? Think about it. I go to a restaurant. I don't pay for nothing but the food and the tip. So if me and a woman goes out to eat, it could cost me anywhere from, let's say, $100 to $300 or whatever. And that money don't have nothing to do with alcohol. If we add alcohol onto it, that shit going up hundreds. Because the drinks in a restaurant ain't cheap. You already know that, though. Bottle service. And I ain't telling nobody to stop drinking. What I am telling you to do is stop fucking your life up. Stop pretending like it's okay to be all in your addiction, but it's not okay to humble yourself and improve yourself. Because that sounds like some dumb shit to me. And you ain't got to do shit just because I did it. I did what I did for me. And I ain't going to lie. My ego, this is the truest thing I'm going to say tonight. My ego made me stop drinking. Because I'll be goddamn. I will be god fucking damn if I'm going to have people, my friends, my peers, my neighbors, my co-workers, my family, my nobody, especially my enemies, running around talking about I ain't nothing but old drunk, or like I'm Mickey Mantle or somebody. I'm too fly. I'm too fly to be a fucking drunk. I'm too dope to be a fucking dope addict. Yeah, I'm too fly for that shit. I don't care what you think of me. Bro, that dust off my shoulder. I'm too fly to have my enemies, my friends, my peers, my family, my kids, my lover calling me a drunk or like I don't have no self-control. I don't know how fly you are, but I'm way too fly for that shit. I'm dope. I'm too hot. I'm too hot for all of that. Nah, you give that description and those adjectives to the next man. This man will always practice getting up off my ass, doing something better, and trying to improve myself. I will always do that. I will never make an excuse again to keep fucking myself up, ruining my health, destroying my emotional and mental health. No, too fly for that, dog. Yeah, way too fly for that. And I suggest you get fly too. So, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 2 a.m. in the morning. So y'all come on through. We have a good old time. Yo, in the meantime, what up, Tori? That's right. You too fly too. You too fly for any of that nut ass shit. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Drunk, alcoholic, drug addict. Shit, who? Who? Man, must be crazy. Shit. We practice perfection over here. We may never be perfect, but we gonna practice like a motherfucker until we get it right. Hit the like button. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, man. One love, y'all. Have a good night. You know, at this time of night, it's either time to go to bed or time to go to work. Peace.